Hey, this is Slap Out Lash Girl Melissa, and welcome back. I'm excited to bring you this beautiful fall look that I put together. These colors are amazing together. I love them, and this is going to be my signature fall look. It really is. I think it will go with just about anything you put on. It is absolutely gorgeous. The colors are just so blendable together, and you don't have to wear all four of the colors together. You can wear two of them together. You can wear three of them together. So it's a win-win situation, right? So if you want to know how to do this fabulous fall look, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm ready to get this done for you. Now, we are going to do it on this eye right here. I have already applied my eye primer. I used Younique's eye primer. I've used this. And you use just a tiny bit of it. I put it on both eyes, all over the lid. And then what you want to do is grab a wonderful brush. I love using this Morphie brush here. This is an under eye bullet brush by Morphie. It's an M536. Really a cool brush. And I'm going to take today, this is my It's by Pores powder. And we'll just lightly kind of touch it and set that tackiness. You know, it does have a little tackiness. And so when you do have a eye primer that's got a little tackiness, I would recommend kind of using a powder over it. That way when you go to lay down your product, it's not going to grab all of it, because if it's tacky, it will grab it, and then you'll have a lot harder time blending it out. So that way you won't have to deal with that. Now, we are going to use a few brushes. This is a fluffy crease brush. This is Younique's brush. I love this brush. This is like one of my favorites to use. But we're going to first start off with this brush here. This is a Jacqueline Hill brush. I can't see the number on it because it's written in silver. And but I love this foundation that I have on today. If you didn't see the foundation that from last week's video, then go back and watch it. This is so much like my skin, but better. It has a beautiful glowing property too. It's Younique's new Serum Plus foundation. Wonderful product. If you have older skin like me, God, I'll be 59 the 27th of this month. I'm getting old. My husband just turned 60 and now he says he feels ancient, and I'm like, well, I'm right behind you, honey. But we're going to use this brush here, and this is a pressed powder foundation by Younique also. Now this has shea butter in it, so it's good for your skin too. Everything now seems to come with skincare in it, and that's a wonderful thing. It does have a little sponge with it that you can use to apply it to your face, but I'm going to use this on my eyes. The reason I'm using this on my eyes is because I have some discoloration right here. There's a little brown spot right there that comes through. You can see it. And so this side is not as bad, but if you've got some brown spots, you can use a full coverage foundation in the powder to kind of offset that, and then it'll give it a nice little warm glow also. This is the color Velour, and it's 2 shades lighter than my foundation. So you see that? It just gives it a beautiful little sheen. I love it. And I just use the end of this brush to apply it with. I do bring it down in this corner and up and around, all the way around. See that? Isn't that pretty? It really does give you a nice little balance there. Because sometimes I don't want it to be like white there, you know, like too shiny and draw too much attention to that area. Lord knows we don't need any attention to different lines and spots all over our face. For sure. Now let me show you the palette. This is the palette we're going to use today, and you're going to go, girl, that don't look like fall. Yes, it does. It's got orange in it. It's got gold in it. It's got this beautiful, the only color you're the question is probably the purple, and wait till you see it. It's absolutely beautiful put together, and it makes a beautiful, beautiful eye look. Now I'm wearing this hunter green top. I love it. It's off the shoulder. This is in for fall, so, and I love this green, like a forest green or a hunter green maybe. But we're going to start with Astute. This is our transition color. This is going to be our second transition color. This is going to be our lid color, and then this one's going to be our outer V. So that's the order that we're going to apply these in, and the first one is going to be Astute. And let me grab my brush. Here's my brush I'm going to use. I'm going to use this fluffy crease brush, and we're going to go into Astute. Now, I do have hooded eyes. Some people say I don't. I don't know why that is, but I do have hooded eyes. So I'm going to take some of this pretty color here, right on the end of my brush. I always kind of tap it off on my hand to make sure I don't have too much. Now, when you're looking at hooded eyes, I mean, you can look into, I have hooded eyes. I have more space here than I do here on my lid. And when I look down here, my crease is way down here. And I also have downward turned eyes. So what you want to do is take the color on the end of the brush, okay? And you're going to look straight into your mirror, and you are going to find your pupil. Here's my pupil. And I'm going to look straight up, and I'm going to put a dot right there of this color, because that's where my color needs to go. You can see it. Now, however, if I had put that in the crease and then I open my eyes, you would never see that color. So now we have that, and then we're going to map it out. So we're going to map this out starting where that dot is, and you're going to go back and forth, just building the cover back and forth. The coverage of this is so pretty. Now, you could just get away with wearing this alone. Astute would be just a natural look if you want that, and you don't want to add all these other colors. It's a beautiful palette, and I will put it to all the colors listed below. And I just think this one is my best transition color. Now, your transition color, you're maybe asking, well, how do I know what color to do for my transition color? Your transition color should be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, or just about match it. Maybe it's not, you don't want it too dark and you don't want it too light. So this color is perfect for me. You see, it's a perfect color. Now I am going to do this one eye for you, and then I'll do the other eye off camera because I don't want it to be too long for you. But this is all I'm doing. I'm not bringing it down onto the lid, and I am taking it in an outward motion. I guess they call this A-line technique, when you take it straight out like this. Now I'm going to grab another brush, and we're going to keep adding these colors until we get it exactly where we want it to be. Isn't that pretty? That's just pretty by itself. It really is. Now I'm going to go grab another brush, and we're going to add the second color. This time I'm going to use a crease brush. This is Younique's crease brush. And we're going to go into this color called Impish. This is called Impish. It's kind of, I'm not going to say a burnt orange, but it is a really pretty orangey, maybe a tangerine color. And it's perfect for fall. It is. It's perfect for fall. Get off. There's a bug on me. And so I'm going to apply this like right underneath and right into my crease. Can you see how I applied it? You still have Astute up here, but now we're applying this color just tiny bit at a time. Don't go in and be real crazy with it. You can bring it down into the corner if you want to. I'm going to try to strictly keep it in this area here and kind of blend it up into Astute just a little bit. And see, it's so darn pretty. You know what? I do think I'll bring it down. Let's bring it down into the corner just a tad. Right here. We'll pop that color, and we'll just layer the colors. And that'll be pretty. Orange and purple are not two colors you would think you would put together, but they really are pretty for fall. So step out of your box a little bit. Yeah. Because typically you would think, girl, you're wearing green. How come you don't wear green? I could. But it's more fun to be colorful. This is a solid color shirt. Why not have some color on your eyes? That's what I see in the fall. I love to play with colors. I love to blend the colors. I love to see what I can get away with, you know, on my older eyes. That is pretty to me. I'm going to bring it down just a little into this corner. Now you notice I'm not putting it on that inner lid at all. We could do a cut crease here, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it simple for you. A lot of you kind of scared probably of a cut crease, and I don't blame you. You know, dealing with lots of layers on textured skin can be challenging, and I understand that. So that's why I'm doing this one really, really simple and easy. Now I'm going to grab the same fluffy crease brush that I had before. I'm going to tap into Astute, and we're going to lightly just kind of marry these two together up here. Get them all married together. And you wouldn't have to add this purple if you don't want to. You could keep this very simple and very light, and then just add Visionary, and then add your whatever mascara you want. Make sure you do your eyebrows, that kind of thing. And you could walk out the door, and you could use the purple part for like a more drama kind of eye, that if you want that for the fall. Now, girl, I'm adding my favorite color. This one right here. This is called Visionary. I just love this color. Do you know that this color can be used on your lips? You can use it for a glow, like a highlight. I love the glowy highlight too with it. But I'm going to take, this is the shader. This is a shader part. This is a liner part. This is a Younique brush also. We're going to take the flat part and press it down into this color. You're going to tap it off. And you're going to start placing Visionary as you're patting it in. Remember, I say this all the time on Facebook when I do tutorials. Pat is your friend. And you must pat it, if it's shiny, onto your lid. Otherwise, if you're older, unless you're young, in your 20s, you don't have to do that, okay, girlfriend? You don't. But this aging eye needs to be patted on. Why? Have you ever gone in and taken your color and tried to swipe it across? What do you see when you do that? You see every little skin cell that you have, and it just makes them pop out worse. So it's best to pat it in. This is my favorite color for fall, for summer. I wear Visionary year round, pretty much, I do. And then we're gonna add this beautiful, and I'm gonna pop this right up here in this corner, right above, like that. So pretty. Now, what did I say? You could stop here and you could just go with this and have really neutral eye. But we are going to go with purple. We're going to go with Agile right here. Agile is a satin. So it's going to have a beautiful little sheen to it, but not shiny. So it's great for our mature eyes. So let's grab my brush and let's add this gorgeous color. All right, here we go. We're going to take this brush here. This is an NYX Cosmetics brush. It's either number 105 or 102, but it is a crease brush. The brushes that I have been using were boar hair bristle brushes, and so they're totally different from this one. This is a more rounded. See how it is? I love this brush. It's my favorite brush. I've had it a very, very long time. So we're going to use it with Agile. We're going to dot it in here. We're going to tap it off, and we're putting it right on the end of the brush, just like that. And what I do with this is I try to take it right here along the lash line, because guess what? We are not going to use an eyeliner, not on the lid. So we're going to use a little bit of this to kind of create a line. I think it's easier for us older ladies to do it that way, and then we'll just tight line with like a black, or either you could use a dark brown eyeliner, and we'll just tight line under here, and that'll give you the illusion of having, you know, more depth. But for right now, we are just adding this color right along our lash line here in this outer corner. And then we're going to take a little more of this, and we're going to push it straight up. Guess where we're going? There's the end of my brow, like right there. And that's where you want to angle it to. This is such a darn pretty color. I love Agile. Agile is pretty. I have worn Agile by itself, like as one single color. And it was so pretty on the eye. And all I did was just dab a little bit of a light color, maybe, you know, right over the top of my pupil. It was so pretty. And that would be a pretty fall look. If you just took these two colors together, that would be really pretty. That would be really pretty together, depending on what you're wearing. I think purple and green look pretty together. And so that's why I opted for wearing a green top today. I got this top from a little boutique here in Wetumpka, Alabama called the Yellow Daffodil. And I just absolutely loved it and fell in love with it. Now I have one that's pink too. I have a pink one that I had for summer. And then she had these in her shop the other day for the fall. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. I'm going to just grab it. I love it. Now, you are going to need a blending brush, and this is NYX Cosmetics blending brush. One of these is 102, and one of these is 105. And I can't ever remember which one is which, because the numbers are off of it. So, but I do remember the numbers. I just can't remember which one it goes to each time. But they're fabulous, but no worries, because I'll put it in the description box. I have all that information written down. It's just, I don't keep it in my head. There's too much I need to do in my head to keep all that in there. So, isn't that crazy? Life's so crazy sometimes. It really is. Now, look how pretty that is. And see, it can be very subtle. So, one thing I am going to do is come back and add a little bit more of Impish, which is this color right here. Love it. And we're going to blend that back into the crease, just adding that little color back because we just blend it out. And I really do want to see that orange Impish color next to Visionary. Look how pretty that is. So, so pretty. Now let's come back and add a little bit more of Agile. I want Agile to be a little bit darker now that we blended it all out. I can come back and add a little more. And then we'll do a tight line. And then we'll do some mascara. And you're going to go, that's so pretty. I'm going to have to try it. It is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. Now, for the under here, underneath the eye, I'm going to mix these two. I'm going to mix the orange and the purple together. And yes, it will be pretty. Don't sit there and go, ooh, you mixing those two colors? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because sometimes if you do the purple, it might look too dark. So I think you need to mix the two. Mix the two. Be your own boss. Go ahead and do it. Do whatever you want. If you want to just use the purple, you do it. But I like the two mixed together. I think they're really pretty mixed together. So I just think this is a beautiful eye look all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to use a black eyeliner. I'm going to use this one here. It's Younique's liner. These are fabulous. They're waterproof. So if you are older and you have watery eyes, this is great for you because it's not going to run down. You know how sometimes when stuff runs and you'll see the blackness down here? I hate when that happens. I don't have it happen with these though. So that's the reason I use them. Make sure that you sharpen your pencils every time you use them so you don't get any kind of eye infection. That's happened to me before. So I have to hold my lid up to do this. I cannot just sit there and run it back and forth. I can't do that. But I want you to see the difference in how this looks when you tight line just a little bit. And what you're doing is you're staying right at the lash line. See that? Look at that. You can get more definition just by doing that than trying to add it onto your eyes up here to line it. Especially if you have a lot of crepiness and you just feel intimidated by it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Try something different. Now, we are going to curl the lashes. This is just a little Revlon curler that I've had forever, it seems like. I actually got it in Miami when we went on a cruise. With Younique, I earned a 5-day cruise to the Bahamas. So my hubby and I think that was probably all that. No, we did go to Charleston. I forget. But with Younique, I did earn that trip. And it's so much fun because it was a whole boat full of people that have like-minded women. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy fun. My husband's like, I've never seen so many crazy women in my life. I'm like, well, you're stuck on the boat. I'm sorry. And I told him, I said, you can get you some drinks, honey, and grin and bear it, baby. But we did. We had a great time. I think the best time that I had was when we were at Coco Cay Beach or Island. It's like a little island. And this is 4D mascara, by the way. I just get to talking and I forget to tell you what I'm doing. So 4D is my favorite, and that's what we're using today. And it has Y-shaped fibers in it that kind of lengthen and your lashes, and then it makes them look more like a falsy type look. I love it. It's my favorite. But the most favorite thing I did on that trip, besides seeing all my Y sisters, was going to this beach, and I rented a beach on the bed for an entire day. I have not relaxed since then. Since that, I can't compare any relaxation to that day. I literally fell asleep. That bed, it had a canopy, and it had all the little the window, not window, like the curtains that you can pull across. And so the sun's not right on you, but the breeze is. Oh, it was so beautiful. And I did. I literally fell asleep. And I never do that on the beach. Usually I'm fooling with kids, but I didn't have to fool with kids. So I just enjoyed the moment for once in my life. I sat still. And I probably slept for 2 hours, and I woke up and I just felt so at peace. And ever since then, because when we came back, that's when the COVID stuff started, and everything has just been crazy since then. My mom's in the hospital right now, so I've been dealing with that for 2 weeks. She had congestive heart failure, so if you keep her in your prayers, I would appreciate it. She's going to rehab. I got the call today. about her going to rehab for, I don't know how long, 2 weeks maybe, I think. And then we'll go from there. I don't really know where life's taking me with that right now. So she's 86 years old and she does have dementia, but she's lived with me for 5 years. So I've been taking care of her for a while. Yeah. You probably can relate to that if you're on up in your age a little bit and you have parents, you know. That's just the way it is. You take care of them, they took care of me, right? All right, so the best thing you can do now is do something to your brows, girl, because mine are non-existent. I do love brow glue. I love NYX Brow Glue. So if you don't have that, I recommend you get this. The box, when you get it, looks like this. So that way when you go in the store, you'll kind of know what to be looking for. It looks just, I have 2 of these. I'm never going to be without this brow glue. I love it. I absolutely love it because it's clear. So you're not adding any color. What you're doing is setting your brows, and then you're going to add your color on top of it. Now, I do use Younique's new Brow Duo palette, and I use a powder and I use a pomade together. But this right here is a game changer. It actually will put your brow hairs in the right direction, and then they dry. And then when you go to put on your eyeshadow or whatever you use for it, pomade like I do, a pencil liner, that's fine too. Whatever you put on there, it's going to grab it and hold it. I'm going to go ahead and do this side while I've got it out so I don't forget. It'd be good not to have it on both sides, right? But I love how you can put it on and it just stays. Everything stays right where it's supposed to be. Yes, you do have to let it dry completely before you go and try and put on your products. So I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and I'll do this brow for you so you can see the difference in both eyes. Okay, so we're going to do our brows really quickly. Now this is my brow. It has a little mirror in it, but this is the powder. This is brown, and then this is the pomade, which is dark brown. So I love to combine these two together. I could just use this, but I do love the benefit of this. Is, you know, it's kind of a wax base. And then this, of course, is my favorite brush to use it with. This is Younique's Brow Brush. I love it because it's got the spoolie on the end of it. And you will need to use the spoolie to do this. Now, my brows they're set now, so they're touchable. When you can touch it and you don't feel sticky, and everything just feels like it's stuck together, then you're good. You're going to take the end of this, and I dip it into it one time, and then I do double of the powder. That's the way I rock and roll with this. So I'm going to lay that down. And what I typically will do is start right here, and I will draw my line first, right to where I know where my arch is. Just straight through, just like that. You see? It's just defining it just a little bit at a time. Then I'm going to go back into the pomade, 2 of the brown, and then I start flicking this color upward through here. And the cool thing about it, when you use the brow glue, you can see the hairs. You can see exactly where you need to put the color. That's what I love about the brow glue. It puts everything in place. So here's my arch. So typically, it's going to be here, and then you're going to angle it out to your arch, and then you're going to angle it out to the tail of the brow. So that's how it works. You could put dot, 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 so you would know exactly where to head to. But I've done it so much now that I know exactly where my arch is, and it's right there. So now I just come in and I start filling in along the top. And this is where the spoolie comes into play. And I'm going to take what's left and kind of push it out and downward like that. Do you see the arch that it gives? It's so pretty. Now you see the difference in the brows. A brow really does make a difference. It gives a more lifting effect. It frames your face. That's what brows do. And we're going to grab just the powder now. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this powder here, like 2 dabs of the powder. And I'm going to take this brush sideways. And my brows don't start right where they're supposed to. They should start right here. And so I put just a little powder because I don't want it to be too Groucho marks, you know, and I don't want it to be too dark there. So I just use the powder only in this area to create this right here. And then you can take your brush and you can kind of comb through it with the brush and brush it across here at the bottom and then go up and over right through here. And you can see the difference that a brow makes. It really enhances your face. It does. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is the prettiest eye look. It's just one that I love and I created. I'm going to add just a pop more of the purple because I want it to pop a little bit more. Why not? And I'm going to grab this fluffy crease brush here. Not crease brush, but just a regular crease brush. I'm going to wipe it off on my hand and I'm going to grab some of this Agile on the end of it and we are going to pop it right here in the corner. Kind of darken that edge now that I've got my mascara on. I have gotten everything finished and you can see how beautiful, beautiful, beautiful this color is. Just boom. Now that I've got my mascara and I've got the wing there, I've got everything. Woo! I love it. I love this eye look. You must try this. Don't be intimidated by color. Now, I did come back, before I came back on, I did take my fluffy crease brush and I dipped it down into Astute. And I just want to tell you what I did. I lightly went over just like this to kind of soften the edges up here. And it just gives you a really pretty finished look. Now, I'm going to finish the other eye off camera, and I'll come back and do a quick lippy for you because we're going to use Visionary on our lips, okay? I want to show you how to do that. So it's very versatile products we're using today, so hang tight. Okay, here we are, the finished look on the eyes, except for we're going to add a little bit of light in the inner corner. Now, I'm going to use this color here. This is called Laid Back. It is a matte, really light, kind of neutral color eyeshadow and just a little flat brush. And we're going to take a little of this color right on the end, tap it off in your hand, and we're going to place it right in here. I've already got enough shine going on there, so I'm not opting for something shiny in the corner. I'm opting for something light and simple and easy to apply. And it's not going to take away from that color that we have that's shiny. So I think maybe you can get too many shinies if we're older. And so it's best just to pop a little color, a light color that's a matte, right into that inner corner. And then you'll have the kind of doe-dyed looking youthful look just from that. See how that opened it up and it just brightened it up? It's really, really pretty. Now, we are going to do a little bit of a lip, and we're going to use this color here from, this is a NYX, what color is this? Let me see. It's the dark one. It's Downtown Beauty. That's what we're using today. And we're also going to use a lipstick by Younique, and it's called Moneyed. And when lining your lips, now I have already put on Hottie. I put on a lip plumper, so my lips are really soft now, and they're ready for whatever I'm going to put on them. And when I line my lips, I usually start, so let me just close my mouth. See the droopies? I have some droopies, and that's okay. I have a lot of lines coming too around my mouth. So what we're going to do is take the end of this. Let me sharpen it just a tad because it looks like it needs to be sharpened. So let me sharpen it. There we go. You want a nice end to it. Then we're going to come down here. I'm not coming all the way down to the corner. I'm going to start slightly above it and just start lining my lips and coming up. I do like the Cupid's bow of my mouth. So if you wanted to make your lips look bigger, you could draw a cross, but I'm going to leave the Cupid's bow on this look. So we're going to come up and I'm just going to come and make it a little more rounded, just so that it looks a little bigger. See that? Can you see the difference? Can you see it now? And so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And lining your lips is always good, especially when you're going to use a lipstick. It keeps it from feathering into your little lines. I do like NYX's lip liners. I do. I think they're really creamy and easy to use. And now I'm following the bottom line of my lip. Not really overlining down here because I have a pretty good bottom lip. It's just the top lip that's not good. And we're going to take Moneyed. I'm not with it today, I tell you. I have been in and out of the hospital with my mom so much. I don't even know what day it is. Typically, everything is running together for me. But okay, I've got Minted here. Here is, let me find Moneyed. Money, money, money. Let's see. Oh, we have so many different shadows and lipsticks now. It's so hard sometimes to choose what you want to use. But since we kind of have a bold eye, I'm just going to opt for a neutral lip. And vice versa. So you can switch it up. You can have more of a bold lip and then more of a neutral eye. So this is the color Moneyed. It is a brown. It's perfect for fall. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And so we're going to fill it in with Moneyed. I get tickled at my own self. Do you ever do that? Oh, I'm the world's worst. Now plump them together. Make sure your lines are straight. Now you notice I don't take the color all the way to the inner corner. I think sometimes when you do that, it will tend to draw the lines. It will tend to make it look saggy more. But so I come right above where it starts to go down. So that way you don't really see the downward turn of my lips or the corners of my lips. Now we're going to take this beautiful color right here. Visionary. Yes, Visionary. We're going to take our finger and see it. Look how pretty that color is. It's my favorite color. And you're going to pop it here in the center of your lip. You hear that noise? That is my dog. I have renamed her. Her name is still Sugar. But, you know, my last name is Wellender. You didn't know that. And I've named her Sugar Wild Thing Wellender. I call her Wild Thing most of the time and not Sugar, okay? She has torn up so much stuff of mine. I love her to death, but she obviously didn't get all the puppy out of her. She's 2 years old. So now I'm going to use a little bit of this. This is the lip plumper that I started with. This is really good to put on your lips right before you start doing everything to your face. See, she's waking up over here. You hear all that noise? That's her. There she goes. Put a little of this right here. Sorry. Life with dogs. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. I love it. Okay, Wild Thing. Oh, she's just changing positions. She's just sleeping. She's going back to sleep. She had to get up and move. It's my favorite lip. It is. This is going to be my signature fall lip. I love it. So get products that are versatile for you. I don't care what colors you use. If you want to grab these colors. And if not, you're scared of the Agile, the purple color, don't be. Look how pretty it is. It's really pretty, all the colors together once they're blended together. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I really do. You know, I'm only here on Sundays, like I always say. I say that every time so that you'll know that I'm here on Sundays or Mondays or Sundays. Like I said, my days are running together. With my mom being in the hospital for so long now, I've really lost track of my schedule. I really have, because I've been so focused on when I got to be there and what day I have to be there. We have to swap up because of COVID. So I go one day, then my brother can go the next 24 hours and vice versa. So I'm really kind of screwed up with my time and all the things that I need to do. But hey, I'm doing it for my mom, right? You would do it for your mother too. And here we go. I hope you try this. I really do. So please like and subscribe and click that notification bell. And I will see you back here next Sunday with something else for you to try, okay? I just think this is a beautiful fall eye look. And everybody seemed to love it this week when I did it on my ladies' night. And so I thought I'd share it with you here. All right. Y'all have a great week. See you later.